Hello, I'm Anatole, and welcome to my reaction to Watchmen Season 1, Episode 7, titled An Almost Religious Awe. Title comes from a quote from the comic book Watchmen in issue 4, which is the Dr. Manhattan origin issue. And it scored 9.4 on IMDb. That is out of 1,400 votes. There is the chance that Min will join me in a second or two, and then he'll be part of the reaction. But if he does not, then it'll just be me. Full disclosure, I have seen the episode one time. Min has not seen it, so if he does join me, he will be giving a pure reaction. So please join me and hopefully Min after the intro when we, or me, will do our reaction to Watchmen Season 1, Episode 7.
From humble beginnings fraught with persecution in Nazi Germany to the shores of New York.
I wonder if this is modeled off a specific documentary or just done in the style of documentaries from that time. The Right Stuff. That's a reference to the Tom Wolfe novel.
Son of a poor
Sorry,
clockmaker
non-fiction
with
work.
a fulfillment. And then Vietnam.
So that's where the title comes from. It's the reaction the Vietnamese had towards Dr. Manhattan. Fog Dancing, that was the book that Shea wrote. Max Shea from the comic book, one of the artists that was involved in creating the giant squid. She's too young to know the nefarious plot when one is happening, but any sort of knowing nod and then a backpack on and all these menacing looks, those are all not good signs.
That's what you said last time.
That's what she said.
Right.
Right.
Do you mind if I ask what knocked you out of bed?
Bike on the bum on a bike.
Bike on a bomb. That's quite an image. It's not going to go very far.
Yeah.
If the bike's on the bomb.
My mom and dad gave me a pony.
They have very good pick of Lady Trill. Emanating power and evilness.
Yeah, although as far as we know, she's good, but she's definitely got an air of
scheming something.
Yeah.
Hey! Where the hell's Agent Blake?
Is that the first time we've seen him get angry? I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's not working with them men because 5 of them are here and they're extremely dead.
Are you sure they're cavalry?
She's like, oh, but that spoils my theory.
Yeah. They're activating the millennial clock for the first time.
Yeah, I guess so. The ceremony's for the Millennium Clock, so I imagine it would be activating it, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think it's your normal thingy clock.
Yeah, I
Agent Blake?
suspect as much too. That's
The wife of the president.
yeah, no, the wife of the dead police officer.
Oh, okay.
They don't explain it in the show, but it's in the Wikipedia files. But she's a political consultant.
Consultant.
Yeah, that's how the police officer could afford to live in that mansion. I was like, how does he
uh-huh.
have the money to live here? But it's his wife. It's the rich one.
I know who killed your. I know who killed your what?
Her husband. Yeah.
Because white men in masks are heroes, but black men in masks?
Two on the nose. Like, we know that already. Does she really need to say it for us?
Too much exposition, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to confess yet? You've just been going on and on and on.
That's clever. It's supposed to go off the first time.
Right. Actually, I didn't like this scene.
Yeah, it's too much of a comedian thingy.
If she is sitting there and she's admitted to you that she's involved in this conspiracy,
And you should shut her, yeah.
She picks something up you know she's not doing that just out of habit. You should jump up and stop her.
given the action the Blakes took last time, she would kill her like in 2 seconds.
Now, if she just did it very quickly before giving her a chance to respond, that's
it would
fine.
be like this, yeah.
Yeah, but
it was like
they played it for
should
laughs.
I?
It took
No.
too. Yeah.
it is for a laughing effect, but it's
Right.
kind of out of character for Blake to
right.
just sit there like that.
Exactly. The idea of the trapdoor, I think, is funny. I don't mind it, but just playing it as long as they did for laughs doesn't work for me.
I think it's fine, but maybe with someone else, maybe with the red angry guy, not with Blake. Blake would shot fast.
Yeah, because she's always on top of everything.
Yeah.
Blake is. She sees through everybody's scheme. But to fall for that simple
That's weird.
trapdoor gag, yeah.
If you don't want your kids to worry you're a cop, then why are you a cop?
That's her. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna have a flashback now.
Yeah. But we don't speak like that.
Oh, so her accent was not correct?
No. Her way of choosing words.
Okay. So you think she's not Vietnamese?
Yeah, kinda. It's off.
Bien is played by Jolie Huang Rappaport, so she could be Vietnamese American.
There's a Wang word in there.
Yeah. Officer Jen, played by Jennifer Vo Lee, so she could be the child of Vietnamese people, because that sounds Vietnamese.
He made ever more clear in a series of self-aggrandizing monologues espousing his own superiority and his true purpose.
Vague. Seems like he couldn't care less.
Right.
Yeah,
he does.
He was like, guys.
Well, so yeah, trial has taken a year long to conclude.
Yeah.
I like how these actors have the blank look on their faces.
Yeah, I love that one. Like they're not fully matured.
Yes, right. I kind of think that statue might be Vite.
Yeah, immortalized.
Yeah.
And brought now to Earth.
Right. That's my hunch. I've thought that way for a while, but haven't said it till now.
There is so many theory right now that I'm losing counting.
Her own. What? I'm slipping her own memories to her.
How many times do people say what in
Yeah,
this
it's not my
episode?
daughter.
Yeah.
She's my mother.
Dum dum dum. Remember? I was guessing. I was guessing it was the mom.
Is it wrong to want my parents with me when I do?
Yeah,
Your
I'm way
dad's here
beyond
too.
that now.
He will be.
That's scary.
So who's her father? Right? Solve one mystery and then reveal another.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. It is now 4 hours until the Millennium Clock is activated. All personnel, please report to the viewing platform.
What is it so important about the activation of the clock every day? That everyone should be at the viewing platform or should evacuate? This is so strange.
Well,
Maybe it's a
in
psychotic device.
the PDpedia files, it says that she donated TVs to everybody in the Tulsa area.
Oh, so that's starting to make sense. Maybe it's like a signal emanating tower.
Will has the mesmerism ray.
Okay.
Maybe she has mass
control.
Yeah, so that's her plan.
Justin Trudeau.
I hear you cracked the case.
Just know that I don't give a shit.
He's smiling, but you know he's disappointed.
Yeah.
This is his moment, the villain's moment where they explain the plot.
Like, but she doesn't care.
Yes.
Because the scales have tipped way too far.
Into the black people.
And it is extremely difficult to be a white man in America.
Woke man! Woke! We're not watching Watchmen, we're watching Woke Man.
Oh, okay. What?
Pretty weak defense, huh?
Yeah. Pretty contrived.
Yeah.
Oh, it's understandable. They could use just anybody's brain. Oh, and the brain is important, but the body doesn't really matter.
Well, they say that elephants have a good memory, so maybe that's part of it, because they're trying to restore their memory.
Yeah.
And then also, Lady True in history rode an elephant, so I imagine that's part of the connection.
Oh! You reminded me. Oh, it all comes together.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
I'm gonna be a police officer.
Here we go again.
Right.
I'm tired of your grandpa being a hooded justice.
Precious cargo. Can't be too sick.
It's always heartwarming seeing these kind of scenes, huh? Abandoned orphanage got picked up. Show her my love for the first time. Either Harry Potter or Watchmen. Did I fucking said it too soon?
Yes, you did.
Oh God!
So much for that heartwarming scene, Min.
Ah!
For me,
She
this
shouldn't have had that burger. That gave her a heart attack.
For me, this is worse than the death of the parents.
Yeah,
Because there's that hope that she's going to get out of the
This is
situation,
hope.
and then it's taken away.
This is like, what? She's gonna go back to the orphanage?
I think so. We don't know.
God, that's horrible.
Yeah. So that's no big deal. But being able to break into that room just
by a brick, that's off.
Yeah.
Remember the scene regarding like Looking Glass got to be being baited by the cabbage falling out?
Right.
They did great job. Like it's not contrived at all. They set up the whole thing.
Right.
But this one is just whack.
Yeah, I don't care for the writing in this episode, actually. Starting with the trapdoor scene.
It's
and
already wacky.
Lots of exposition. There's some really good scenes, though. The scenes with the girl in Vietnam, those are all really good.
Mm-hmm. She will touch North America and see Blake's conversation.
It's almost like you're writing this, Min. How about North America? Oh yeah, how about
Tulsa?
Oklahoma City?
Yeah, boom.
And?
Damn.
There it is.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
They beg and beg and beg for his help. Beg for him to come down from the heavens and make things better.
Maybe she's collecting them as part of her plan.
Yeah. Just like
the comic book where they had the artists making the
just
nightmares.
like that. So maybe it's something reversed.
Right. Instead
Hope.
of yes, exactly. Instead of bad, something good.
Where is he?
In Tulsa.
Right here in Tulsa.
It's like you're writing this, Min, or maybe it's predictable, huh?
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't care for the writing in this episode.
Are you the one who put that idea?
It's still good, but
a bit predictable. Yeah. Contrived even.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me who he is.
Dr. Manhattan. Because I know.
I just told you Dr. Manhattan is here in Tulsa, walking amongst us as a human being, and you never asked me who he is.
The theory of Carl being Dr. Manhattan is higher than ever.
It's trending, right? As we watch it, it's trending.
Yeah.
Can we guess where this is going to go? That's where it's going to go.
Yeah.
You're a great husband, an amazing father. You're the best friend I've ever had.
Okay, where is this going? Where's this going?
Yeah. I don't like where this is going. But I need you to return to your blue power.
You're not yourself.
No, John.
That's the reaction I had when she said John. I was like, oh, okay, that's it. That's what
I
we
am
needed to
so.
know.
Well,
I don't think I finished it off. There we go. That'll do the job.
yeah.
Oh, wait. One more for good luck.
Yeah.
Well, another one
that's
for good
another
luck.
one.
Okay, yeah.
And
we're done.
another.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
Oh, there's a restarting button.
Sure doesn't look like it, does it?
Oh God, it's awful. But she's gonna redraw it. Oh, he's here.
Hey, baby.
All right, careful of the computer. That's it for the episode. Join us in a second when we will give our review, and Min can compose himself after losing his mind. We will give our review for this episode. Welcome back, and now we will do our review of the episode. As usual, I'm going to let Min get the first crack at it. So Min, what's your review or comments or thoughts about this episode?
It's mind-boggling. Oh, in the end, we saw somebody got mind-boggling, but oh well. It is like we had a running theory regarding Carl could possibly be Dr. Manhattan.
Well, yeah. To just be clear, I got that from Reddit, but it was credible enough that I brought it to Min, and as we discussed it, it just seemed to be more
and I
and more.
find it plausible.
Yeah.
I find it very clever. Like seems like he doesn't really care. He has an obsession with clock and time, and unusually calm at a time when you're supposed to be emotional. Very Manhattan-ish.
Right. The scene when he's talking about the death of Cal. And he said, well, I don't... And they're arguing about whether Cal went to hell or not. And he told the children...
Well, there's no hell.
Yeah, exactly right. When
there's
you die,
matter, particle and stuff.
Right.
Very reasonable. Now, but like the way they present it, the way they reveal him like that, is truly... I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, it's very good setup. And then when you have the moment where it looks like she might be unhinged... And Cal's saying it's the drugs that messed you up, which is plausible.
Yeah. It is kinda. We can trust it to a certain extent.
Yeah, and then she breaks that by saying, "Oh, John."
John.
Yeah.
It's like, ah!
It's good. It's really well
John
set up.
all along.
Yeah.
However, one complaint, as I have been discussing with you throughout, is it seems a bit contriving.
Right.
And the writing is kinda weak compared to the previous one.
Yeah.
Just the previous one is too good. It rises our expectation.
Right. This is the only episode I've had complaints about the writing. A lot of the exposition was very clear.
Extra.
Contrived. You could see it was exposition when
they're presenting.
When Jean Smart's character, what's her head, Lori, Petey's saying, "Oh, you know because of this," and Lori's like, "Yeah, I told you." Well, we all knew that. It just felt like the kind of thing you do to get viewers up to speed who missed last week's episode. The kind of programming they do for HBO relies on the viewers keeping up. So it just felt very clunky, and forced. And then we talked about the scheme for the trap door that would have worked if she had just grabbed the remote and it worked the first time. But when you give that character, when you allow Lori, you give all those moments for Lori to respond, and Lori usually sees through everyone in the show.
Yes.
But this is the one time where Lori doesn't see the play, and
she falls for the trapdoor.
Right.
Out of all things, a trapdoor.
Yeah, right.
Not like an instant lock or like a shocking device.
Right.
A trapdoor.
Right.
Which wait for the third activation to actually activate it.
Right.
For a fraction of a moment, I thought, oh, Lori blanks, just replace the battery, she got the upper hand. But no, it just doesn't work. Okay, it's funny, but it's kind of out of character. Like that.
And they even set up before that when Petey asks, "Where are you going?" and Lori just doesn't say anything. How convenient to leave her going into the lair of the villain without telling anyone where she was going.
Like, just stay there, I'm gonna be right back after I finish my thing. Where you going? Quiet.
Right. Yes, I mean, she's never coming back.
It comes together, but a little bit predictable, yes. And you have seen I kind of guess it a bit here and there.
Right.
But still, there is very memorable moment here. Yeah. Like, especially the Vietnamese flashback. The Vietnamese flashback is not supposed to say that.
Yeah, all the scenes with the young Angela are really good. And because we only get one scene with the grandmother, they have to build a relationship between her and young Angela.
Build up the happiness.
To make us invested and to care for them. And
then,
they got very good actor to play the grandmother. And so she carries that scene. And it even though Min was able to predict so many scenes in this episode.
I couldn't see that coming.
Because it's so weakly written. That was the one. You're like, oh, it's the happy scene.
It's the happy scene. I'm like, it's painful. But they did very well. Like, they didn't make it invested a feeling. Yeah. We see transitional. Yeah. We thought, oh, there's character growing. It's no longer like being in misery, and boom,
right
there it goes.
Right,
it's sad, man.
Yeah. What are your guesses for episode 8 and 9? Since we're near the end of this series.
I think it will be like what is the number for this season? Can you guess?
9 episodes.
9 episodes.
Yeah,
so
we're at 7.
7, right?
There are 2 more.
So 8 would be the build up for the final scenes. 8 would be like the build up for the war. People actually managed to capture the blue guy. Our blue guy came back and stopped the clock activated. We know the purpose. Everyone jumped in and everything got resolved in the last one, the 9 episodes.
I actually think they will do a little bit of plot, but episode 8 might have another flashback sequence. That's my feeling.
Yeah, to fill in.
There was so much plot advanced in this episode, even with the Angela flashbacks. I have the feeling, for example, I think episode 8 is going to be the Dr. Manhattan flashback. episode.
Yeah, could
we
be.
see what happened to him, why he decided to become Cal. I have a feeling it's going to be the flashback for Dr. Manhattan. That'll be episode 8, and then 9 will just be the finish of the
big
story.
fight. I, however, don't think so. Because as we have seen so far, this episode is specifically because it got too much exposition. If you got another flashback from Dr. Manhattan, it will be kind of more exposition.
Min, you're assuming that the makers of the show knew this episode was weak and adjusted?
Yeah.
They probably thought, oh, it's good.
Oh,
business as usual.
Oh, really? Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also remember, current shows are made, the showrunner dictates the story, and then he farms out the work to writers for each episode.
So he commands things.
Yeah, so one episode might be weak and another one good, but the overall story is done by the showrunner. This is an exception because the showrunner, Damon Lindelof, also helps with the writing of many of the episodes. That's not always the case. This was the exception where Damon Lindelof did not do any of the writing.
I didn't mean to say it was bad. It just was a little bit more predictable than the previous. Maybe it's just because the previous one, the number 6 episode, that one is so good.
Right.
It kind of raised our expectation a bit too much.
Yeah. Well, I'm mentioning that I think episode 8 will be flashback because that was the pattern used by the graphic novel. That the odd number issues of the graphic novel moved the story forward, and the even number did flashback. For a specific character. This has not been that pattern because there are 9 episodes, not 12 issues, so they have a more compressed timeline, and they've done a flashback for almost every episode. And I think the last character we need to know about now is Dr. Manhattan. We need to know, how did he meet Angela? When there was the night of the massacre, we never saw. We never saw what happened. We saw Angela got knocked out, and then she came to in the hospital. We never saw how she got saved or what happened to Cal. So we need to see that sequence, for example. So there is backstory there for Dr. Manhattan. So my guess is it'll be maybe half plot and half flashback for Dr. Manhattan, episode 8.
I think that would work. That would explain a little bit.
Right.
Move the story forward a bit, so to build up the grand final.
Right. Exactly right. So that's my guess for episode 8.
Let's do the grand final live, shall we?
That would be 5 or 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't think we can. But in any event, anything final you want to add?
No, that's enough. It is so good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this series. I had a certain bar. I was skeptical to begin with, but this series has surpassed whatever I expected of it.
So far, yeah. I love the movies. I love the comic books. Now this one is a great successor. I can totally tell you that.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll join us for our next reaction to episode 8 of Watchmen. Until then, take care and be well. Goodbye.
See you.